Alright students, so we are now going to discuss about the next structure, which is the orbital structure. Next structure is the orbital structure. So this is a very tedious task to draw the orbital structure, but because it is a part of your syllabus, so we are just concentrating on this thing. Alright. So in orbital structure, the concept is same. Let us say we have to draw the orbital structure of calcium oxide. We'll discuss only one thing. All the others will be same. So orbital structure for calcium oxide is just write down their electronic configuration as we have said. So this is 20. This is 8. Alright, but here you'll have to memorize the mass number also. You'll have to memorize the mass number also. Alright. Now, how many electrons are there? 20. How many protons are there? 20. How many neutrons are there? So that is also 20. How many neutrons are there? That is also 20. How to calculate neutrons? 40 minus 20. That is mass number minus atomic number. So 40 minus 20 will give 20. Alright. Let us come to here. How many electrons? 8. How many protons? 8. How many neutrons? 8. 16 minus 8 would be 8. Alright. Now we are having the entire information. Write down the electronic configuration. Electronic configuration is on the basis of electrons. On the basis of electrons. Let us write down the electronic configuration. For calcium it is 2882. Here it is 2,6. For calcium it is 2882. For oxygen it would be 26. One is metal, other is non-metal. Orbital structure would be of the electrovalent or ionic bond. So this will be making the electrovalent or ionic bond. 2882, 2,6. Alright. Now, in order to draw the orbital structure, in Lewis dot we only require the valence electrons, but here we will require all the shells. We will have to make a complete orbital structure of calcium and complete orbital structure of oxygen, and then we will show the sharing of, transfer of electrons. So let us make this structure. So I would require some space. So I am deleting this. You know the electronic configuration very well. Alright, so this is the nucleus of calcium. So calcium will be having 20 protons in its nucleus, and you will be having 20 neutrons in the nucleus. So you will have to write down how many protons, how many neutrons. That is why you have to remember the mass number. How many shells? We'll have to draw 2882. So 4 shells. So 1 shell, 2, 3 and 4. So 2882. On first shell only 2 electrons. So just draw it like this, one adjacent to other, so that the counting process is easier. Do not draw one here or somewhere else. 2, 8. 8 is in pairs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that counting process is easier. So here again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 2, 8, 8, 2. Last is 2. So let me draw one here and one here, because we'll have to transfer this. You can draw it all together also. 2 electrons. So 2, this is 2, 8, 8, 2. Alright, electronic configuration for calcium. This is calcium. Now, oxygen. Let us draw for oxygen. This is the nucleus of oxygen. Nucleus of oxygen will be having 8 protons and 8 neutrons as we have calculated. So how many shells? So electronic configuration is 2,6. So 2 shells. First shell, second shell. So 2,6. So 2,6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, what is going to happen? One is metal, other is non-metal, this is oxygen. So there will be transfer of electron. So these two electrons will be transferred to oxygen. These two electrons will be transferred to oxygen. Alright. Now, after drawing this, after drawing these things, you will have to make this sign and you will have to draw the entire structure here again. You will have to draw this entire structure here again to show the positive charge and the negative charge. So I am not having the space, so this is the left hand side. Now I am going to draw the right hand side on the same place. So after sharing transfer of this electron, these two electrons will be lost. This outermost shell is gone. This outermost shell is gone. Now this is 288, 2 positive. It has given 2 electrons, so it has lost 2 electrons, so 2 positive. It has gained 2 electrons. Let me make it somewhat bigger. It has gained these 2 electrons, 2 negative. It has gained 2 electron, 2 negative. So again this will attract this will attract this. These are Coulomb forces or electrostatic forces of attraction. So this is the orbital structure. This is the right hand side. Left hand side was the previous one where you show the you would say transfer of electron, and this is just the right hand side. Alright. So this is how you can draw the orbital structure. Alright, this is a very tedious task to perform, that it is time consuming also. First you'll have to draw one diagram before transferring, then after transferring, then you'll show these forces. Alright, so instead of this, most of the questions are on the basis of the Lewis dot structures. Alright, that we have discussed in detail in the previous video. So this was the orbital structure. Okay. Now we are going to start with the next bond formation, which is the covalent bond. Till now we have discussed the electrovalent bond, which was formed due to the transfer of electron. One was metal, other was non-metal. Here we are going to start with the covalent bond. Covalent bond is known as molecular bond. Covalent bond is a molecular bond. Till now we haven't discussed that electrovalent, how strong an electrovalent is or how weak electrovalent is, how strong is covalent. That we'll discuss in the extra part. Alright, there is one important thing that we missed in the electrovalent bond. In electrovalent or ionic bond, we have discussed that we'll have to choose the metal, or we'll have to choose an element which is having the low ionization energy. We'll have to choose which is having low ionization energy, and we'll have to choose the other element which is having the high electron affinity, which is having high electron affinity. Alright, this was the condition. In order to create the maximum or strongest electrovalent bond, what do we need? We need a metal or an element which is having the lowest ionization energy of the entire periodic table. Element which is having the lowest ionization energy of the periodic table, that was cesium. This we have discussed in the previous videos of periodic table. That element which is having the low ionization energy of the entire periodic table, even lowest ionization energy, that was cesium. Very less ionization energy. And the element which is having the highest electron affinity, that was fluorine. It means cesium can easily lose its 1 electron. This belongs to group 1. So its valency would be 1 positive. This belongs to group 17. So this will be having again valency 1 but negative. So group 17, and this is group number 1. So cesium has the tendency to lose the electron and to form CS positive. Fluorine is having the maximum electron affinity to form 1 negative, and because cesium can easily lose, fluorine can easily gain. So this bond which is formed between cesium and fluorine would be the most electrovalent or most ionic bond of the entire periodic table, because it satisfies the needs or the factors for the formation of the electrovalent in the best possible ways. That is the lowest ionization energy and highest electron affinity. If these are the cases, the difference between electronegativity would also be highest. So what would be the bond formed would be known as this would be cesium fluoride. This would be cesium fluoride, and this is written as CSF. CSF. Alright, cesium fluoride. So this was the most electrovalent or most ionic bond, that is for the cesium fluoride. Alright, okay. Now we are continuing with the covalent bond, also known as the molecular bond. So let us discuss about covalent bond or molecular bond. Covalent bond or molecular bond. So let us discuss this. Now, covalent bond is formed by sharing of electron. Covalent bond is formed by sharing of electron. This is formed by sharing of electron. If out of those two, you would say elements, both are having a high electron affinity, both are having high ionization energy, electronegativity difference is very less, then they cannot transfer the electron. They cannot transfer the electron. But in order to compensate their instability, that is, they want to complete their duplet or octet, or they want to be as close as their noble gas is. Instead of transferring, they compensate the stability by sharing of electron. They do so by sharing of electron. अब वो ट्रांसफर कर नहीं सकते क्योंकि इलेक्ट्रोवैलेंसी की जो कंडीशन है वो पॉसिबल नहीं है. दोनों के पास आयनाइजेशन एनर्जी है जो बहुत ज्यादा है, इलेक्ट्रॉन अफिनिटी भी दोनों के पास बहुत ज्यादा है, इलेक्ट्रोनेगेटिविटी डिफरेंस बहुत ही कम है, यानी दोनों आसपास के ही हैं. ऑलराइट, अब ध्यान से सुनो. अगर मैं इसके फैक्टर्स लिखूं विदाउट इवन फर्दर अंडरस्टैंडिंग दैट they want to share the electrons, means the transfer of electron is not possible. So what are the factors which promotes the formation of a covalent bond? They are high ionization energy of both elements. Both elements will be having high ionization energy, means none of them are able to lose electron. None of them are able to lose electron. Then there will be higher electron affinity for both. दोनों के पास इलेक्ट्रॉन गेन करने की अफिनिटी भी ऑलमोस्ट सिमिलर है, तो वो भी गेन कर सकता है, वो भी गेन, कोई लूज ही नहीं करना चाह रहा. अगर ऐसी बात है, दोनों के पास हाई आयनाइजेशन एनर्जी, हाई इलेक्ट्रॉन अफिनिटी, इट मींस दोनों की इलेक्ट्रोनेगेटिविटी भी आसपास ही होगी. दैट इज व्हाई दे हैव हाई टेंडेंसी टू गेन द इलेक्ट्रॉन. सो लेस डिफरेंस ऑफ इलेक्ट्रोनेगेटिविटी, लेस डिफरेंस ऑफ इलेक्ट्रोनेगेटिविटी. अब इलेक्ट्रोनेगेटिविटी डिफरेंस भी कम है, यानी कि इस कंडीशन में कोई भी बंदा लूज नहीं करना चाह रहा इलेक्ट्रॉन, कोई भी एलिमेंट इलेक्ट्रॉन लूज नहीं करना चाहता. प्रॉब्लम आ गई. अब कोई भी इलेक्ट्रॉन लूज नहीं कर रहा, देन हाउ ट्रांसफरिंग ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन विल टेक प्लेस. बट उनको स्टेबल बनना है. दे वांट टू मेक देयर इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कॉन्फ़िगरेशन सिमिलर टू दैट ऑफ द नोबल गैस. हाउ इज दैट थिंग पॉसिबल? In order to compensate or compromise that thing, instead of complete transfer of electrons, those elements tend to share the electrons. Those elements tends to share the electron. Alright, the electron can be shared by both of the elements. And such sharing in which a covalent bond is formed, there is mutual sharing. Means both of the elements share. both of the elements share, there is a mutual sharing of same number of electrons by both elements. Both elements share the same number of electrons. This is a very important point in the covalent bond, which will differentiate it to the next bond. That we'll discuss in the further videos, but here the main thing that you will have to concentrate is that the covalent bond, in covalent bond there is a mutual sharing of same number of electrons. So same number of electron is being shared by both elements. If one element share one electron, other element also share one electron. If one element shares two, other also will share two. This will not be case that one element will share one, other will share two. No. Same number of electron will be shared by both elements. And the bond which is formed by such a way, that is known as the covalent. Alright. Now, just see these properties. Just have a look over these properties. Ionization energy is very high. Electron affinity is very high between those two elements. Difference of electronegativity is less or almost negligible. It means that all of these properties, they are being satisfied by non-metals. Non-metals have high ionization energy, have high electron affinity. The difference of electronegativity is very less. Alright, so it means the covalent bond, they are formed always between two non-metals. This is always between two non-metals. This bond is always formed between two non-metals. The previous bond was formed between a metal and a non-metal. There is a transfer of electron. Here there is two non-metals. Neither of them have the tendency to lose the electron. That is why they compromise to share their electrons to form a bond so that they can become stable. Alright. Such a bond which is formed by sharing of electron, this is known as the covalent bond, or we can say a molecular bond. Alright, so let us now see some examples. Before that, let me tell you some more concepts about this. Or let us say, see it with the examples only. Just we are taking the examples of covalent bond. Alright, let it be the chlorine molecule. We know that chlorine cannot be or can never be written as in its monoatomic form. It is always present as Cl2. And Cl and Cl, they are having a bond in between them. Cl and the other Cl, they are having the bond. So let us see, this is one Cl, this is other Cl. Now, let us see the condition. Out of these two, either one of them is a metal? No. Both are non-metal? Same non-metal in fact. So what is the electronegativity difference? Zero. Negligible भी नहीं, zero. कोई भी नहीं, because that is same. अब इन दोनों के पास आयनाइजेशन एनर्जी भी बहुत ज्यादा है, दोनों में से कोई भी लूज नहीं करना चाहता इलेक्ट्रॉन, और दोनों के पास इलेक्ट्रॉन गेन अफिनिटी भी बहुत हाई है, बहुत जल्दी गेन कर लेते हैं इलेक्ट्रॉन. तो अब ना तो ये क्लोरीन इसको कुछ इलेक्ट्रॉन दे सकता है, ना ये क्लोरीन इसको कुछ इलेक्ट्रॉन दे सकता है, बट दोनों चाहते हैं कि स्टेबल हो जाए, तभी तो क्लोरीन का मॉलिक्यूल बनेगा. सिंपल, दिस क्लोरीन, मोनोएटॉमिक क्लोरीन इज हाईली अनस्टेबल. So they tends to make this bond by the other chlorine. Alright. Now, just step is the same. You'll have to write down the electronic configuration of chlorine. Let me make it here. It is 17. So it is 287. And here we will only be concerned with the Lewis dot structure. We'll not talk about the orbital structure. So this is 7. We'll have to make the 7 valence electron around these chlorine. We'll have to make the 7 electrons around these chlorine. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This electron cannot go over here. This electron cannot move here. Now, see the terms that they use is this chlorine, this last shell, how many electron it can accommodate? Only one more. Only one more to make it like 2, 8, 8. Only to make it like 2, 8, 8. This process of completing the 8 electrons, this process of completing the 8 electrons in the shell is known as the octet completion. This is known as octet completion. And we'll always say that in order to complete its octet, they will be sharing their electrons. Each element will be share equal number of electrons to complete their octet. Octet means they want to complete the outermost shell by 8 electrons. By completing 8 electrons, that is what is meant by oct. Oct means 8 electrons. Okay. This chlorine wants to complete its octet because it will resemble with the nearest noble gas. This also wants to, you would say, complete the octet. But the process of transfer is not possible. So what they do, they will share the electron, and how that sharing will take place. We have said that each of the element will share the same number of electrons. Let us start by sharing 1 electron each. So let us say this is the electron which they are going to share. Let me make it with the other color. This is 1 electron, this is the other that they are ready to share. Now, if this electron is shared by this entire chlorine, let me take it like this. If this electron, this 1 electron will be shared by this entire, let us count the number of electrons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Octet is complete. 1 electron has been shared by this chlorine for this chlorine. Let us talk about the another. Let us now see this chlorine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. So 1 electron of this chlorine was shared to this. 1 electron of this chlorine was shared to this. So each of the chlorine molecule shares only one electron. It has shared 1, it has shared 1. And by this sharing, they both have completed their octet, 8 here, 8 here. So this leads to the formation of the bond between these two electrons. There will be the formation of bond between these two electrons. So after this thing, what do we write? We will say chlorine and chlorine, they are bonded like this. Chlorine and chlorine, they are bonded like this. So this bond is a covalent bond, and because they have shared only one pair of electron, that is 1 electron from this 1 electron, there is sharing of 1 pair of electron. Such type of bond, such type of covalent bond which is formed by sharing 1 pair of electron, only 1 pair of electron, such type of covalent bond is known as single bond. Now for this bond formation, what do we require? For one bond formation, we will require 2 electrons. That is 1 pair of electrons. So when 1 pair of electrons get shared, there is a formation of single bond. So Cl bond Cl, there will be the formation of single bond. Alright, they have completed their octet, and all the other electrons, they are present like this. All the other electrons, they are present like this. How to count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So they both have completed their octet. Alright, so this is the formation of a single covalent bond. Chlorine molecule Cl. Alright. Okay, now let us start with the next molecule. Let us start with the next molecule. Here we have discussed the single bond. Oxygen molecule. Oxygen molecule. Oxygen molecule, again oxygen can never be written as O. This is highly unstable. We'll have to make it in a molecular form, that is diatomic molecule of oxygen as O2. Alright. Step is same. For oxygen, we'll have to write down the electronic configuration 2, 6. And there is 2 oxygen available. So O and O. How many valence electrons? 6. Let us make 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, pi 6. Now, they want to complete their octet, so each oxygen needs 2 electrons. Each oxygen needs 2 electrons. Each oxygen needs 2 electrons to complete their octet. So 1 electron, 2 electron to complete their octet and to complete their electronic configuration as 2, 8. Again, both are same element, both are non-metal, high ionization energy, high electron affinity, low electronegativity, zero electronegativity difference. And each one of them require 2 electrons. So the 2 electrons will be shared. So these are the electrons will be shared. Now they require 2 electrons. So same number of electrons will be going to share. This will share 2, this will share 2. How and how do we count them? Let us see. This and this. These 2 electrons shared by this. These 2 electrons shared by this to this. Let us count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Octet complete. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Octet complete. Now, there are 2 pair of electrons. There are 2 pair of electrons which are responsible for the bond formation. And the bond is always formed electron to electron. Alright. So this is one bond which is formed. This is the other bond which is formed. Between electrons and electrons there is this bond formation. So how do we write this? O, this electron to this electron to this. O, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, sorry. 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How do we count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They have completed their octet. And you can see there is the formation of 2 bonds, 2 covalent bonds. And here we know there is 2 pair of electrons which are being shared. 4 electrons and 2 pair of electrons. So this bond is known as the double bond. This bond is known as the double bond. So here we have seen the formation of double bond in the oxygen molecule. Alright. Now, in the next example, we'll see the next type of the bond formation, and that is for nitrogen. Nitrogen molecule. Nitrogen molecule is again like N2. Alright. Now just write down the atomic number of this, which is 7. So electronic configuration will be 2, 5. Just make it like this. 1 nitrogen here, 1 nitrogen here. How many electrons? 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or let it be 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now just see the electronic configuration. They require 3 electrons. They require 3 electrons to complete their octet. 5 plus 3, 8. So how many electrons will be shared by each? 3. So let me make this electron here, this electron here. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let us show the sharing process like this. Let me make it again closer. N 1, 2, 3. 1 and 2. Alright. Let us see the bond formation. This would be here to here. Here to here. Let us count. For this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. For this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How many pair of electrons are shared? 3. So this and this form a bond, this and this will form a bond. So N, triple bond N, and there are these pair of electrons. Alright. So this formation of 3 bonds by sharing 3 pair of electrons, this is known as formation of triple bond. This is known as the formation of triple bond. Alright, this is the formation of triple bond. So no more bonds can be possible. Alright, so the maximum bonds that can be formed is by sharing 3 pair of electrons and formation of triple bond. So we have seen single bond, we have seen double bond, we have seen triple bond. Now we'll have to see by various examples that how we can adjust that there is only possibility that single bond is possible, double bond is possible, or triple bond is also possible. Alright, now we'll start with that part. Alright, so that is basically the part of the organic chemistry, but that should be understood here only. Alright, let us start with that part. Just start with the simple example as methane. Now you need not to remember, there will be the formula that they will give to you. CH4. We know carbon is a non-metal, hydrogen is also a non-metal, so there will be no transfer of electron, there will be sharing of electrons. Now just imagine, alright, just write down the electronic configuration of carbon and hydrogen. 6 and this is 1, so 1 electron only, so this is 2, 4. How many valence electrons? 4. So around carbon, see, this structure will be formed around carbon because there will be 4 hydrogen which will be present around the 4 corners of carbon. Alright, so let me make 4 electrons like this because each electron will be taken up by hydrogen. Alright, again see, how many electrons do carbon need? 4 to complete its octet. How many hydrogen are there? 4. Each hydrogen is having how many electron? 1. So 4 into 1, 4, and that 4 will be given to carbon. And hydrogen. What about hydrogen? Hydrogen needs only 1 electron. Hydrogen needs only 1 electron to resemble with the nearest noble gas, which is helium. Hydrogen, helium. Alright, hydrogen is having 1. Nearest noble gas is helium, which is having the electronic configuration as 2. So it will need only 1 electron to complete its duplet. To complete its duplet. Here there is no octet, there is duplet. So it will complete its duplet by taking 1 electron. So how many electron will hydrogen take from carbon? 1. So each hydrogen will take 1 electron from carbon. So hydrogen 1 over here, 1 over here, 1 over here, 1 over here. They will be having only 1 electron in its outermost shell. So 1 electron like this. Alright. This hydrogen will take up 1 electron from carbon. This hydrogen will take 1 electron from carbon. This hydrogen will take 1 electron from carbon. This hydrogen will take 1 electron from carbon. And carbon will be taking these all electrons within itself to complete its octet. See, each element they are going to share only same number of electrons. There are 4 hydrogen, there are 4 electrons which are being shared by hydrogen, and there are 4 electrons which are being shared by hydrogen. So there is equal number. So now electron and electron will show the bond formation. Let us first count. Hydrogen is 2, hydrogen is 2, hydrogen 2, hydrogen 2. Duplet complete. Let us see about carbon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Octet is complete by sharing 4 electrons. So there will be a bond formation between this, between this, between this, between this. What would be the final structure? Final structure would be CH4, like this. This is the final structure, CH4. Alright? Okay. Let us take one more example. Let us take one more example. That is C4H8. Let it be this example as C4H8. This is butene. You need not to remember this name. Alright, this will discuss in organic chemistry. This is C4H8 known as butene. Just in this thing I want you to learn or just cram this thing that when there are carbon in many numbers, that is here carbon is in number 4, तो इस प्रोसेस में हम क्या करेंगे, एक इलेक्ट्रॉन तो कार्बन एक अगले कार्बन के साथ शेयर करता ही करता है. दिस इज नोन एज सेल्फ कैटिनेशन प्रॉपर्टी ऑफ कार्बन, अगेन नॉट इंक्लूडेड इन दिस चैप्टर, बट जस्ट रिमेंबर दिस थिंग. You have to make all the carbon in a row. You have to make all the carbon in a row. So carbon, carbon, carbon and carbon. How many hydrogens are there? 8. How many hydrogens are there? 8. But let us first complete the bond formation between carbon and carbon. Just remember this thing, carbon and carbon will always share at least the single bond with one another. Means here one electron, here one electron, here also, here also. So this is a bond formation between carbon and carbon. This is always the case. Carbon and carbon will share at least one bond with each other. ज्यादा जितने मर्जी कर सकते हैं, लेकिन minimum it can share one pair at least. Maximum it can share 3 pairs. All right. HA. Now, how to symbolize this thing? How to attach 8 electrons? All right. Let us see. Now it has left with 3 electrons. This has left with. See. Let us count. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. Carbon in its outermost shell will be having 2, 4. 4 electrons. Hydrogen will be having only 1 electron. So carbon is 1, 2, 3, 4. Here carbon, this carbon 1, 2, 3, 4. This carbon 1, 2, 3, 4. This carbon 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now let us adjust 8. We know that hydrogen, they are 8 in number. So let us adjust hydrogen at each of the ends. So at this end is hydrogen, this end hydrogen, this, because hydrogen will have to share 1 electron. And there is 1 electron around each corner. Let us count hydrogen now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 hydrogen. But we require only 8. Now this is a possibility. This will not accomplish like this. So whenever there is a tendency that we are in the excess of hydrogen, just you'll have to see there will be a formation of a double bond. There will be a formation of a double bond in between any of the carbon. Draw double bond in between any of the carbon. So if there is a formation of one more bond requires 2 electrons. One more bond will require 2 electrons. How many hydrogen we are now having? 10. How many we want? 8. 10 minus 8, 2. Each hydrogen will be having 2 electrons. And if those 2 electrons, which is in excess in carbon, if those 2 electrons is adjusted in formation of bond, that means we only require 8 electrons to stable our structure. Understand it one more time. एक बॉन्ड में 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन पॉसिबल है. 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स विल फॉर्म अ 1 बॉन्ड. अगर हम कार्बन और कार्बन में एक बॉन्ड बना दे किसी भी कार्बन में, तो कोई भी 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स हट जाएंगे. कार्बन के कोई भी 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स एक बॉन्ड बनाने में काम आ गए, तो कोई भी 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स हट जाएंगे. तो उनको स्टेबल करने के लिए हमें कोई भी हाइड्रोजन, 2 हाइड्रोजन की जरूरत नहीं होगी, क्योंकि 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स बॉन्ड में कंपनसेट हो गए. तो हमारे पास हाइड्रोजन कितने हैं एक्सेस में? 2. So it means 2 hydrogen in excess means 2 electrons in excess. अगर वही 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन हम कार्बन और कार्बन में डबल बॉन्ड लगा दें, then we can satisfy this formula as C4H8. Let us see what am I saying. Let us say I have made one more bond in between these 2 carbon. I have made one more bond in between these 2 carbon. So this is 1 electron, this is 2. Now count the electrons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But carbon can only have the 4 electrons in its valence shell. But here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 after the formation of this double bond. So I am rejecting 1 hydrogen as well as 1 electron. Alright? Because it can maximum have 4. Now count 1, 2, 3, 4. If that electron lost, we do not require that hydrogen also to make the structure stable. Good. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again 5 electron. So I am taking one hydrogen away along with the electron. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Stable. Now count carbon number for this. 1, 2, 3, 4. No problem. 1, 2, 3, 4. No problem. Now just add the electron of hydrogen at each point. Add the electron of hydrogen to each end. Alright, now it is easier. Let us count first H. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We want 4C, C4, 8H, 8H. And there is a formation of bonds like this. Alright, why this bond formation takes place? We can see that hydrogen has completed its duplet, hydrogen duplet, hydrogen duplet, hydrogen duplet. All these duplets will be completed by hydrogen. Let us say about carbon. So see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This has completed its octet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Let us talk about this carbon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This has completed its octet. Let us talk about this carbon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. This has also completed its octet. This carbon 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, nice. This has completed its octet. Alright. So this seems to be a very complex structure, but there is a sharing between carbon-carbon as well and carbon and hydrogen as well. So after completing this thing, what is the structure, the final structure that we will be having? We will be having this structure. Alright. And there are 4 carbons, C4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 hydrogen. This structure is known as butene. This is how we can make the bond as C4H8. Just first draw this chain. ये chain बनानी पड़ेगी आपको सबसे पहले. Then arrange one hydrogen on all the sides. Arrange one hydrogen on all the sides. Now see whether it completes the number. If it does not, try to make one bond between carbon and carbon, extra bond. So here we have made one double bond. So now you can see you have to satisfy the valency of this carbon, that is 4. If it exceeds, delete one electron along with the hydrogen, because that hydrogen won't be needed if that electron is not there. Then try to make the structure like this. We will practice these structures in the next videos also. Alright, so till now I am completing this video here. Just absorb this thing up till here. In the next video we will start with the you would say more structures like this, and then we'll start with the further discussions about the covalent bond.